Navigating AutoCAD files can be very difficult, especially in larger files, or ones where you're going to need to create a lot of different views. So while you're working in your files, you're going to want to save certain views or certain ways that you're looking at your specific drawing. Now that can serve many different purposes. One is to quickly return to a specific spot in the file. Another is to make sure that your viewport view is set the way you want it to in Paperspace. Another reason might be in your 3D file to set up a specific view with a specific visual style so that you can view that object. So let's open up the ice rink file drawing. It's just called ice rink example. And here we have an ice rink, and we're going to have this Paperspace view here, and we have another one. We're going to use this one right here. And what we want to do is create a drawing, and in this case, it shows the entire rink. But we also want to create one that shows the entrance. So what we're going to do is go back to Model Space, and we're going to use the View Manager. Just type in the word View on your command line. Now in the View Manager, it will show you all of the custom-made views that you've created in Model Space or in Layout Space or Paperspace, and it shows you all the preset views. Those are your top, bottom, left, right, front, back, and the isometrics. So to create a new one, you just come to the right and click on New. And here you give it a name. I'm going to call this North Entrance. Now, most of the default settings you're going to just always leave the same. Now, what you can do is pick between some of the different views or UCSs that you have already set up. Right now, it's just set up in world coordinates, and that's fine. Now, if you've created cross sections, you can pick from those. You can also change the different visual style. I just wanted to keep it in the current visual style that it is. But for this view, I definitely want it to be drawn in 2D wireframe because that's what this drawing is going to be. So you can assign that, and I'm going to. I can change the background color if I want, but I'm just going to leave it as default. So I'm going to pick on this button right now where I can define the view window. Left click, and then it brings you to your drawing. And wherever that black area is on my screen, that's showing me where my view is set. That's where it's going to be at. Well, I'm going to zoom in because I want it to be this entrance. So I just left click somewhere and I just draw a rectangle with 2 points, and that's created. So you can see how the black area changed. Everything else is gray. This area is black. So you can zoom in and pan around with your mouse while you're doing this. So if you like that view, just press your enter key. But if you don't, you just click again and then click again and you get the area that you want. Well, I want to get this entire area here of my entrance. That's what I'm looking for. So now I press enter. And then when you're finished, click OK. And when you've created your view, it shows up right here. So it tells you in model view, I have this one called North Entrance. I click OK. Now when I'm here, I can just type in the word view, or when you're anywhere in your file, select the view that you want to go to and pick the set current option and click OK. And that'll take you right there. So that's one great way to navigate to a specific spot. Now I can also make up one. Let's call this one Rink 1. I'm going to define my view, and let's say that this is Rink 1. So I do my 2 clicks, press enter, click OK. Click OK. And I'm going to show you another way to navigate. Go to your in-canvas controls. Should default to top because we're making a 2D drawing. That's typically good CAD practice. That's what you do. I have all of my other presets, but I have my custom model views. So I can come here and click Rink 1. Boom, I can get to Rink 1 right away. Or if I want to get to my North Entrance, I can get right there. Do the work on my drawing, or maybe it's for a presentation, and I can do that. Now, another thing that you might want to do is create your viewport. So just type in the word viewports, press enter. Let's pick single, okay. And I'm going to put it right here. And when I zoom in and double click on this viewport to activate it, I have my in-canvas controls again, select custom model and North Entrance, and it zooms me in right there. So now I have a little blown up detail of my entrance. Now, another thing you might want to do for your view is to press enter, create new. Let's call this plot. And we're going to define the view window. And I'm just going to pick everything inside this box right here. Press enter. Okay. Okay. Let's zoom out so we can see everything. And now when you go to print, just type in the word plot. I only want to do a single sheet here. And you can plot not just to layout or display or extents, but plot to view. Now that's a very typical CAD practice. You can click on this. I'm going to find a printer here that I can print to, and then click preview. And you get a preview of your drawing, what it's going to look like on paper. Cancel out of that. So that's another use for your print. If we open up our robot 3D drawing, we can also create a view here for a 3D object. Call it new. Let's call it front real. And I'm going to assign a visual style of realistic. Pick my window, press return, click OK, click OK. So now when you come back to your drawing, to your 3D model in this case, you can be in any view that you'd like or in any visual style. Just come up to your in-canvas controls, go to custom model view, and in this case, we're going to click front real, and it will give us a front view with a realistic visual style because that's what we've set up. So you can create saved views for a lot of different reasons, for a lot of different purposes, and for a lot of different uses. One reason you might want to set up a specific view with a specific visual style is because you're going to render an image and you want to make sure that visual style is actually the one applied to your render. In this case, that's what we wanted to do. You also want to use it to navigate, to create paper space, views in your viewports, and another option is to print to that specific view.